Righty-ho, shall we give this a go? Do it. Hello, folksicles. I'm down here. Oh, I better move that watch the camera over in a minute, but let me move that down. How are you doing? Is everything alright? I am busy. I am working on book stuff and I'm waiting for stuff to dry so I can photograph it. Yeah, because this is my last working day this week. Because tomorrow, me and Kerry, we shoot off for 3 days, out into the woods for a bit of a getaway. Yeah, so I am looking forward to that. Yeah, we've got a few people watching. I'd like to wish all my American statesiders happy 4th of July, guys. Yeah, you dirty bunch of rebels. Hope you're having a great time. The barbecues are flowing and you have a great day, yeah? Right, I see lots of people. I see people chatting on on Facebook. I see people chatting on YouTube. So things are going well. Don't see any Twitches yet. Apparently, I've only got, according to my computer, I've only got 4 people watching. But there's more than that in the chat. So it's lying to me. Nothing new there. Happy 4th of July, Mel. Thank you, buddy. Will's just getting started on the party. Hello, Carolux. Hey, 4-star. Now, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be doing rocks today. I'm sweating like crazy. It's hot in the studio today, to be perfectly honest. Unreasonably hot, I think, is the term. Or unreasonably hot for me. But I want to be casting up some rocks. So, yeah. Move it up a little bit since I'm going to be standing while I do this. Right. I suppose I better cast up some rocks, haven't I? Just had a 6.4 earthquake in Southern California. Whoa, 6.4, that's a bit of a shaker. Right. First things first, I want to cast up a rock face. So let's do this one first. Yeah, in fact, let me move my keyboard, because then I can drag that up there. If I do that up here, yeah, then I can do some more down here. I think. That's the plan. Hey, Cole. Right, so. I'm supposed to better get casting, hadn't I? Right, I need casting powder. Oh, casting powder choice, Crystal. It even has its own drawer in the studio. Right, if I remember, it's 2 parts powder to, is it just under 1 part water? I think so. Right, so that's 80. 80, what else we got? What shapes? What we got here? That's 250. Yeah, and then that's 125 ml. So 250 of powder and just under that of water, I reckon. I sort of guesstimate it. I'm making latex molds from rocks. Nice one, buddy. I've just been making a mess. One. Yeah, this might be thicker than I expected. No, it's just one of those, isn't it? About that much water. Get ready to stir. Because I've only got a couple of minutes to get this sort of mixed and put in. This stuff sets so bloody quick. Now remember, guys, message from the Dave. Yeah, Dave says, 91% of people have completed their surveys on the Kickstarter, on BackerKit. There's 9%, which is about 400 people who were waiting to complete your survey. So, if you haven't given us the shipping details for your Kickstarter pledge, yeah, you need to get yourself onto BackerKit. Check your emails and check your spam folders, because there's probably something in there. That's a bit thick. When I say a bit thick, I mean it's a lot thick. But we can lay it down and we'll just have to build it up, won't we? Multiple layers, I think. Yeah, multiple layers. This is quite thick mould. It takes quite a lot to fill. Right, where's my bucket? Right, and again. People are talking earthquakes in the comments. Must have been a good one. And where's my... Yeah. Bit more water this time, I think. So, that much and a little bit more. Give that a go. That's already setting. I hope insane. Quick question. I remember one of your videos speaking about using earth as a ground cover. That you had to bake it. Quick recap possible. Yes, if you use earth, yeah, obviously it comes with all sorts of little biological things inside. That's better. That's flowing much better. Let's just level it out onto there. No, what do you call it? You've ideally, yeah, what you want to do is, this is from the Kerry, yeah, my ecologist wife. But you need to, what do you call it? You need to bake any sort of organic earth, yeah, for 30 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. Okay, so 30 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius, and that will kill off all the gribblies, yeah, and you'll be absolutely fine to use it. Now, there's 3 types of earth, okay? There's sandy earth, yeah, there's earthy earth, and then there's like organic earth, which is a bit clayey. Now, the sandy earth is the stuff that you find in really dry places and deserts, and that's great for terrain. Yeah, the earthy earth is okay. Yeah, you can break that, dry it out, and that'll go crumble down. But the clay earth is useless for terrain. And the way to find out what sort of earth you've got is if you get a handful of it when you get it out of the ground and you add a little bit of water to it, if you can roll it into a ball, that's the clay earth that you can't use for terrain making. Okay? If it goes like a mulch or a slip or slop, that's fine. Yeah, that stuff's fine. But if you can roll your sort of mud into a ball, into a solid ball, it's not going to work for terrain making. So, 200 degrees C, and just make sure you can't roll it into a ball when it's wet before you bake it. Yeah, and you will be absolutely fine, my friend. Right, let's get this one done. That one, and a little bit more. Yeah, let's throw a bit more in there. Now, I'm messing around with a realistic rock series, but I wanted some bigger rocks to sort of play with. Hence, what I'm doing here. Now, remember, guys, if you do find the information useful, we are sort of going on screen down there. Yeah, collecting towards the workshops and bits and bobs. So, links down below towards the PayPal and the Patreon. Yeah, if you do it via the Streamlabs link, you'll get a shout out on the screen. If not, I'll have to check Patreon in a little while and just see who's posted and give them a shout out. But it is appreciated, guys. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm not really sure how this one's going to turn out. He says now. One more? What do you reckon? One more? Yeah, one more. And then we can get back to casting normal rocks. And we'll see how this comes out in a minute. Right, one more. Alright, one. A bit more. A bit too much more there. Right, are we casting rocks today? We are. Not being funny, but can you use a microwave? Microwaves heat unevenly, so it's best not to. Yeah. If you miss a bit in the microwave, yeah. You see, a microwave warms stuff up, but it doesn't kill bacteria and stuff like that. Everyone thinks nuking it will kill everything, but it doesn't. Yeah, and you're unlikely to get it hot enough for long enough in a microwave to kill off any of the bacteria. So if you put that on your terrain and it gets anywhere where there's a bit of moisture in the air, you'll get mold and bacterial growth on your terrain. So no, skip the microwave, yeah, and go straight for just baking it in the oven. 200 degrees C, yeah, for, what did we say? For 30 minutes, didn't we? Let's just put this as a support. Oh, it's going to run off the table. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be big, I'll give it that. Right, let's smooth it down. So, get my hand wet. And just rub over the top. All this will do is add a little bit of water into it. And there it's settled now. There's not much room between some of those larger creases. So we're going to have to see how this pans out. Oh, I'm buzzing. I wonder if that's... Is that one of you lot? Right, bit of tissue. Yeah. I'm just hoping when I demold that'll help hold it together. It probably won't, to be truthful. But, oh, there's some weight in that already. It won't harm. Now, you have lots of recipes to use in terrain making, but are you any good in the kitchen? Actually, let me just wash this before it sets. Yeah, but actually, yeah, I am pretty good in the kitchen, to be truthful. Believe it or not, I am a trained chef. I just haven't been trained. Or I'm not qualified, should I say. Alright, I'm going to have to explain this one. Give me a second, just wash me what you want, and I'll explain how it is that Bosicle is a trained chef. Right. Come on, just get those last bits out, because I don't want those setting. There we go. So, how is it that Mel is a trained chef? Right. When I was in the army, yeah, I was a medic. And quite often, yeah, what they'll do is they will site the medical tent, you know, right next or pretty close to the chef tent, the cooking tent. Yeah, so we have access to hot, clean water, that sort of stuff. Yeah, now what it meant was a lot of the time when you were doing like, you know, you're doing med covers on exercises. Yeah, so where other regiments go off and they do their exercise, you would stand to and do your job being a med cover. And basically you're there in case anyone gets hurt and that sort of stuff. You know, you jump in the ambulance, go get them and all that sort of stuff. But most of the time is spent sitting around. And there's no point sitting in a cold med tent, yeah, when there's a chef's tent, which is nice and warm and full of hot brews and sweeties and rations, you know, just a couple of doors down. So, you know, what you'd often find the medics hanging round in the chef tent. Now, any army chef will tell you, yeah, you don't get to hang around in the chef tent without working. Yeah, so when I went on, exercise, quite a lot of the times, you know, I'd be with different chefs and I'd be helping them make dinner and make tea and stuff like that. So, you know, I sort of got trained along the way, but I never actually trained to be a chef. But yeah, I am pretty good at in the kitchen. I'll make a mean toad in the hole. Cheesecakes are good. I can do I like traditional food. I do a wicked curry. Yeah, my onion bhajis are brilliant. And I can make naan breads. I can make, they're not Indian, pita breads. I can do flatbread. Yeah. But like I say, my onion bhajis are the dogs. Oh, the heat coming off that. That's not going to hold it together. But what a texture. Smooth that out a bit. That's a nice texture. Alright. Your cake seems very tasty. I'm always making cake. Happy Rebellion Day, Mel. ASMR stream. I never understand what those ASMR. What's an ASMR? Don't say too much for food. Do you keep food in the studio in case you get peckish? Snacks, terrain building is very hungry work. We actually have a common kitchen downstairs, so there's stuff in there. Generally, I keep snacky stuff. So chocolate bars, what you call it, apples. In fact, yeah. Ooh. I fancy an apple. So yeah, generally, you know, I'll keep snacks in the studio. Yeah, I do a nice shepherd's pie. But I like it with cheese on top. Oh, we've had a PayPal. Nice one. A £5 from what you call it, from Stuart. Thank you, buddy. Crystal cupcakes. Duncan saying my kids and I make everything from scratch, except for baked beans and Scotch peas. I really wish we could. We just don't have the time with me and Kerry being that busy. You know, we try to. And if we're in early enough, we'll cook a meal. If not, you know, quite often it's the alphabetes and, you know, the dinosaurs straight out of the freezer. But that's modern parenting for you. Quite curious if this is... Ah, bugger, it's cracked. Go on, let's have a look at it. This ain't going to turn out well. Nah. I think next time I will need to leave it to cure for longer. And I need to put a substructure in. Something to hold it together. Because these deep ridges... I mean, the problem I'm facing is... these deep ridges that's on it. You have to do a hell of a pour to pour deep enough, yeah, to get a thickness across the top. So as I've pulled it out, it's actually desectioned. Now, I'll be honest with you. They're nice rocks. So I'll save a few of these for practicing on. Yeah. But I think I'm going to go back to my normal sort of style of rocks. I was hoping I could do a large piece. Yeah, and then I could use it as like a test bed for doing various bits, but I don't think that's going to pan out. So let's just get rid of these bits, clean this mould off, and we'll get back to normal rocks. Quite annoyed about that. I sort of expected it to be truthful when I was looking at the ridge lines. You know, they are quite significant, if you know what I mean. Right, let's give this a wash. Ah, don't flick at me. And then leave that to dry over the edge of the table. Don't want to get water on that, that's for the book. And then just let me clear this lot off. Right, back at it. Hey, Matt. Nice big custom mould though. Yeah, it is a nice. They're called Bragdon moulds. They're from Australia, I believe. Just wondering if... where's my other one? I had another one that was slightly thinner. And when I say thinner, I mean doesn't have the strong ridges. And I'm just wondering, where the bloody hell have I put it? I'll tell you what, I've got so much junk in this studio. Can't find anything to save me bloody life. Oh. If I was a rock mould, where would I be? Would I be down there? Nope. I have no idea where it's gone. It's gone. Where the bloody hell has that gone? Live and learn. Have you been on long? No, we've only been on for about 20 minutes. Yeah, mesh would help the large pieces. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've got some plaster bandage over there that we can use, so I'll give that a go. How about shredded wheat? I don't have shredded wheat in the studio. Although I am a massive fan of Cocoa Pops. Love my Cocoa Pops. Right. Let's cast some normal rocks. Because we need those. And that one. So spin it that way. Get the rag. Yeah, that's level. That's level. All I'm doing is just leveling off my bits. He says. Yeah, right. Powder. Water. A little bit more. Yeah, stir it. And we're stirring. Thanks, Dave. David Taylor, you've got some great tips. I don't think that's my Dave Taylor. Right, and it's poured in. $250 mils of powder. A perfect fill. There we go. Right. Wash and do the others. Ooh, someone's left a big message. Let's have a read of that. Quickly. Bit more. Right. For my small war game and D&D train, I've been sticking to locust, certain oak, and another tree. Name escapes me. Bark that I found whilst working landscaping. But I've been looking at plaster molds. Plaster molds are great, mate. I mean, bark's great. You can do great things with bark. Yeah. But plaster mold is really durable, you know. Horses for courses, I think, above all. In percent per month, how fast are the Burma build and the book coming along? The Burma build isn't coming along because I'm concentrating on the book at the minute. The book, I'd probably say we're probably about 40% done on the book, which I'm quite pleased with because I'm on schedule for where I need to be, if you know what I mean. Right, let's do another one. Let's do that one. So the book is definitely coming along. The Burma build is down there. I need to get cracked on with it, but the book is just being a priority at the minute. One of the things is I want to get the book done so I can actually move on, if you know what I mean. Not in a nasty way, but just get cracked on with the channel. Ah, right. Right, wait for those to settle, and then we'll pop them out. They won't take long, they'll only take a few minutes, so we'll chat while they do. Big fan of your videos on YouTube. Keep up the good work, you've taught me so much. That's what I'm here for, buddy. Yeah, and remember guys, if you didn't jump on the Kickstarter, links to pre-order the book down below. Yeah, you'll see a link. You can jump on the first print run there if you want to jump on it. My studio right now is full of so much I want to show you. There's tons of stuff, all just out of camera sight, all around the studio, which I just want to show you. Yeah, but I can't because I'll be giving away the secrets for the book. Jimmy's asking, do rock molds deteriorate over time or are they pretty much indestructible? It can depend on the rock mold and the actual shape of the rock mold and how thick it is and how much distressing you've got to do to demold it. Generally, the latex ones, if they're homemade, you can normally get about 10 to 15 casts out of them, depending on how many layers before they start to fray and break. The Bragdon rock molds, they look pretty durable. Yeah, and I have a feeling they'll last quite a while, although I haven't done many casts with them. These Woodland Scenics rock molds, these vulcanized rubber ones, I've been casting in these for the past, how old's Corbin? 14. At least 15 years, because I bought them before Corbin was born. Yeah, and they're holding up today as well as they did, you know, when I bought them. And they get used a lot. Nice one, Ginger. How many is the first print run up to? I think we're, what you call it? I think we're up to just under 5,000 copies. How long can we jump on the Kickstarter? How long can we jump on the Kickstarter? Kickstarter's gone, but if you want to jump on the backer kit, I believe the backer kit will be open until we go to print. Now the plan is the book should be finished by end of August, and it should be going to print, yeah, in, what you call it, in October. So you've got until October to jump on board and order and get on that first print run. If you don't get on the first print run, yeah, it may be, what you call it, it'll take, what you call it, it'll take a good while, yeah, probably 4 months before that print run makes its way through distribution into shops and sale online. So if you really do want to get a copy, jump on a pre-host, yeah, because if you're waiting for it to like be released and then come online, there might be a 3-4 month wait between when it's released to the backers and when it goes online. Are you going to get any terrain supplies from your visit to the woods over the next few days? No, none whatsoever. Other than photos. Where we're going camping, yeah, is what it's designated a site of specific scientific interest. And what that means is there's something about it that's special scientifically, you know, and needs preserved and that sort of stuff. And because of that, yeah, it is a criminal offence in the UK to take anything. Cuttings, plants, pick things up off the floor. Yeah, so I just won't. Yeah. Terranscapes does a good review on Bragdon rock molds. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I'm dealing with latex on water activating clay. Any tips on mold releases? I'm dealing with latex on water activated clay. Should just peel off. I mean, this is a water activated clay. Yeah, well, it's casting powder. These are rubber. I don't use any release agent. I rarely use release agent, to be truthful. Does that mean you can't make fires then? Yes, we can make fires. We have a fire pit. Yeah, but the wood has to come from outside the area. So when we turn up, there'll be a couple of bags of logs and stuff pre-cut for us that we can use. I won't go foraging for wood. Yeah, because like I say, you know, it's a criminal offence. Right, let's demold these. I'll knock some more out. Run. Throw that in there. Oh, that's come out all right. Still a little bit wet, but yeah. That'll be coming to a tutorial near you soon. Oh, that's crumbly. Yeah, these were poured later, weren't they? So that's not as set as that one. But it's still good enough to demold. Oh! Yeah. They're fine. Right, back at it. Pull that out. You said? She said? They said? Right, and we'll get ready to do some more pouring. Has the first not been in a video before? What do you mean the first? What first? I do not know what you mean, matey. Catch. So put that there, put that there. Really excess water. Yeah. In fact, I need to prop that. I need that and that edge. There you are. That'll do. The things you have to do, eh? You're supposed to sit them in like a sand bath so you can level them all off. Yeah, I can just never be bothered. Oh, pardon me. Right. One of those. And 250 of that. I'm going to need some more water soon. That looks too thick. That looks way too thick. I need more water. Quickly. Right, let's get this in the mould before it starts setting. I do love Cristical, but you have very little work time with it. Which means doing large volumes, mixing them up and getting them in the mould can be problematic at times. Right, let's spread that out. There's a bit of water in that mould, isn't there? That's going to come out wet. Scrape the last bits in, eh? What happened there? Right, that should come out all right. Let's give this a wash. And we'll do some more. Anyone heard from Kat? I heard from Kat Watchcolour earlier today. She's working a double shift and then she's off to a party because it's the 4th of July. So that's where our cat is. Right. Yeah, it's that way, isn't it? Yeah. So into that. A little bit more. The reason I'm casting up so many rock faces, because obviously we've got the realistic rock series, but I've been practicing sandstone and volcanic stone, and so I've gone through quite a few of them already. That's better. In fact, that looks quite weak. We'll have to see how that comes out. Whoa! Wasn't expecting it to do that and pour all over my floor. Yeah, more watery than I was expecting. It's all over my floor. Oh, you're a messy pup, Mel. Right, I'll tell you what. I'll clean up after this. I think I better leave that in there. What am I going to do about that? Yeesh. It's everywhere. Right, tissues. Ah, there you are. In fact, no, I'm not going to use tissues. I'm just going to leave it and I'm going to scrape it up when it's cured. We'll do it that way. Come on. Right, so we'll see how these settle. My room is much better than all over you. Yeah, that was close, to be perfectly honest. It could have been all over me quite easily. I must have learnt making my mess from you. Oh, really? Here comes the flood. It's not that bad. On the plus side, I'll just be able to peel that off. I've just got to wait for them to cure. So, if you've got any questions while I'm sitting here, yeah, now would be a good time to answer them. Right, let me check my phone, make sure I'm not missing anyone. Very quickly, activity, come on. All the best for the new studio. Okay. No, that's everyone, I think. Yeah, that's everyone. Nice one. And this is why Mel had to get space out of the house. Someone told him, don't try this at home, and he took it to heart. Yeah, something like that. I've got to say, my floor is a right mess. Although it's wonderful colours. That's probably not the best thing to do, but we'll do it anyway. I think that one's almost ready for demoulding. Well, it's a bit smooth, yeah. Because you can flatten those bumps out. That's not good. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to get some tea towels so I can prop these moulds properly. Instead of, dealing with this each time. Because that's almost set. Which means the one on the floor is as well. Do you have on the book any? Right, okay. I'm making my second piece of terrain from your guides. My first piece was so good. Nice one, Ginge. Mel, do you work on the book at any particular time in the day? Generally, I tend to do the building in the afternoons. Oh, God. My mum's going to kill me. It's gone all over me trainers. Oh, I am a dead man. I am. Look, that's what it should look like. That's what it looks like with casting powder all over it. Kerry's going to kill me. Hey ho, nice knowing you folks. Yeah, when it comes to what you're working on the book, generally, yeah, I do the practical stuff in the afternoon. I struggle in the mornings doing practical stuff. The creativity side, if you know what I mean. Yeah, my brain just doesn't work properly until about midday. So I do the practical stuff in the afternoon, and then I tend to do my writing in the evening. So what I'll do is, when I get home, yeah, I'll see the kids, that sort of stuff, and then about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'll settle down on the computer, and I'll carry on working from about 9 o'clock till about 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, on writing and that sort of stuff, and video editing and channel stuff. And then what I'll do is, about 3 o'clock, I'll go get my head down, yeah, and then generally I tend to wake up about 10, half 10. Yeah, have an hour or so at home before heading into the studio. Oops. Everyone's saying let it dry. Yeah. I don't know what's called it. If vinegar will help. Well, what, Norman? Evening, Joanne. Right. Demold this one. Yeah, that's a nice cast. That'll do. They're not quite ready for demolding yet. This was a lot thicker though, wasn't it? Right, what's that? Huh. Keep the bits off your terrainers for scenery. In news today, a Stoke woman killed her husband in a fit of rage. Film at 11. That wouldn't make the news. Happens all the time round here. How many real disasters has your terrain making caused? Serious injuries or destroyed objects? Norman Rowe, 9 till 3. No, not 9 till 3. 10 till 3. I get up at 10 o'clock. I get up at 8 o'clock, yeah, just so I can be with the kids before they go to school. But I'll get up, and what I'll do is I'll get up, I'll have a drink of milk, potter around the kitchen, just so they see me in the morning and I get a chance to chat with them and that sort of stuff. And then pretty much when Kez barrels them out the door, yeah, I just go straight back bed for a couple of hours, extra hours. I mean, typically, yeah, if I go to bed at 3, it's normally about 4 o'clock before I actually get to sleep. Because it takes a while for my brain to sort of calm down and switch off. Because I've got all the ideas running through. Sometimes I just have to get back up. I mean, if I'm in bed for like an hour and I can't sleep, I just get back up and it's just right, I'll work through the night. You know what I mean? And then what I'll do is I'll work through the next day, skip a night's sleep, and then start again. Yeah, because normally I'll be tired by that stage. It's coming together. Let's see if we can demold this. Oh no, we should be alright. Oh no, that's broke it there. But then again, it always does. Oh, that's very wet. That's soft, in fact. Yeah, I think that one was definitely a bit too wet. Let's leave those dry a bit. With regards to how many real disasters, I've never really injured anyone, but I did make some squirty foam hills once, and I didn't realise you needed to put them on greaseproof paper, and I took out the kitchen side, and so I had to buy Kerry a new kitchen. I meant the time you work on the book. Oh, what you mean till 3? I just find it easier working late at night. The house is quieter, there's less distractions, you know, I can put on my music. And I'm getting quite good at writing. I mean, I can write a couple of thousand words a night. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to clean this mess up. Because it is a bit of a state. Right, let's get this floor done. Scraping it off my floor, literally. This is disgusting. I am here. Yeah, disgusting. Right, moulds, clean those out before they gunk up. Right, and there's another one in here, isn't there? And then let's demold this one. Right. House is pretty quiet then. Yeah, it is. I usually let me sit my rocks for about 10 minutes. It depends on the mix. I'm sort of impatient as well. The thing is, I know what to call it. Even if I knock them out early, they're still going to turn out okay enough for me to do what I need to do with them. So I am a bit slapdash with them, to be truthful. I shouldn't be, but I am. Right, there you go. Right, let's clean that one off. There we go. Right, that's the moulds cleaned. Right, I'm designing a futuristic building. What would you advise me when it comes to making the glass front? It depends on whether you want it clear or not. I mean, do you want it to represent glass, or do you want it to actually be see-through? I mean, if you want it to be see-through, then you've got a couple of options. Yeah, blister packing can work for small windows and stuff like that, but for large ones, you need something a little bit larger. You can get clear perspex and styrene sheets, but a lot of people have started using tablet screen protectors as a good way of getting large sheets of clear perspex. Although I don't think it's perspex. I don't know how well they cut for regular. See, a lot of people use them for doing ice. Yeah, but I don't know how well they'll cut for regular pieces, if you know what I mean. All over me. Yeah, Kerry's going to kill me. Don't tell Kerry. No one tell Kerry, okay? Oh, they'll go in the wash. They'll be fine. I just need to make them look like they ain't that bad. When the plaster speckling all over your shoes goes up your socks, up your leg, and then onto your trousers, I'm going to need a bath. There you go. Yeah, that's a bit. I'll get away with that. Right. Are you using a lapel mic? No, I'm not actually. The only microphone, and sorry for the sound when I do this, is this one here, one of these snowballs. Yeah, and it's just on my desk there, and the sound has been a lot better. I'm trying to use the spin dry cycle on my washing machine to get out the bubbles. Yeah, that'll work. I generally don't worry about them. I just pick them out. Question for you, Mel. What size bucket should you have or use? I took you stop your slot bucket. This is my slot bucket. And that's what sits under my desk, and it's what cleans my airbrush out and does all those sort of jobs. Mop bucket. Yeah, works for me. Right. Dog helmet. Wasn't that the guy out of what you call it? Out of what was it? Was it Spaceballs? Right. Get rid of these. There you are. It's already coming back to normal. As normal as it can be. Yes, it was Mel. What? Is the Schwartz with you? Schwartz. Feel my Schwartz. Feel it. You want to feel it, don't you? You want to feel my Schwartz. Feel the Schwartz running through you. Feel it inside you. Oh God, stop now. Right, any more questions for me, guys, while I'm here tidying up? You got anything for me? I'll tell you what, this cutting mat's taken some abuse over the years. Right, let me move these over here. Wow, look at the moisture coming off those. Gonna have to have more of a play with that Bragdon one. It's too, what you call it. I need to fill it up far deeper, but it's just going to be too big of a slab. I mean, the only other thing I could think of doing is perhaps roll up the edges. I mean, beyond actually putting like a mesh in it to hold it together. I might have to do that. Down there. Right, clean that off. Hey, looking good. I'm getting ready for some terrain surgery. Already had the surgery. This is the terrain cleanup. Oh, there we go. Use Legos for a frame for that mould. I don't know if that'd work. I have a feeling I'm going to have to submerge it in a sand bath, to be truthful. How much should I spend on the tabletop tomorrow when I visit the shop? Are you going to the store, are you? Spend as much as you want, mate. It's a lovely little store. I bought a G-Jug from there. Oh, sorry, no, one of the painting handles. I'm going to get in trouble for that. Morning, Glenn. Letting it dry for more than 10 minutes would help. Yeah, but even so, it would have still cracked. And I'm impatient. I like playing. Everyone's saying, buy me something. I don't think that's how it works, mate. Is that the new chair you're using? Looks comfy. No, this is my old chair. As you can tell by the bits and the brokenness. I wouldn't bring my new chair to the studio. It's far too nice for that. Ring floor with fly wire mesh. Yeah, you could use anything like that, to be truthful. I have some bandage over there. I can use that. I'm trying to remember where I've put the other rock moulds, because they're a lot thinner. I think I'll get better results with those, but I can't remember where the bloody hell I've put them. I need to have a tidy in the studio. With doing the book, everything is just everywhere at the minute. Absolutely everywhere. So they're dry. Do I leave those to dry, or do I crack on with them? I think I'll leave those to dry. I did take a photo, didn't I? It's alright. Yeah, I did take a photo of them coloured. That's alright. Just doing photo stuff this side. I need to make sure that cameras and all that sort of palaver are sorted. That off. Test that. And discharge this one. I've got to be careful. No, I'll leave that one. The reason I say leave that one, it's on the same plug as the computer. I'll probably switch it off and switch the stream off. Now, when can we get to you to autograph my book? Well, I mean, if you're on the Kickstart, you'll have my signature in the book plate. But if you want me to actually sign your book, to Adepticon or Salute, one of those two shows you will find me at. So, pick a show, yeah, and come find me at it. Yeah, fabric screen would work. All those sort of things. I mean, I use this stuff, generally. Can't show you that. Not allowed to show you that. Yeah. But just bandage. That stuff's pretty good. And it's just like a big sheet of... I'm not sure if it's cheesecloth or bandage, but this works well for that sort of stuff. I just didn't put it in. No autograph books, but we are getting autograph paper slip. It isn't possible to autograph the book itself. Not en masse. Because it'd mean I'd have to fly over to Lithuania to the printers and then spend probably a week there signing 5,000 books. Just isn't doable. When is Adepticon? It's normally April. And then Salute is normally April as well. Which works well because technically the book's out early next year. Okay, I'm just getting into terrain making for 28 and 32mm models. From where do you buy your EPVC bases in the UK, and what thickness would you recommend? I'd recommend both 3 and 6mm. 3mm for anything that's smaller than 6 inches. Yeah, so low profile. Anything bigger, you want 6mm EPVC. Yeah. There's a couple of brands you can look for. Fomex, Palite are two brands that make it, but your best source of EPVC is going out and going to your local sign printer. They will have a ton, because it's used for sign printing. Yeah, so they will have a ton of free scraps that they normally have to pay to get rid of. So they'll just load you up with the stuff for free, mate. I've only paid for EPVC once in my life. Right, Dave's asking, where's the Adepticon held? That's Chicago. Mike's saying, Mel, as long as the stand for the mould is level, you don't need to use sand. Yeah, but they're not level, mate. Yeah, Pete's saying, Bovington War Games show is next week. Have you been? Is it any good? I've been to Bovington Museum a couple of times. Yeah, it's a great museum. Great day out. I haven't been to the War Games show, though, in all honesty. No, cheesecloth is different from what you call it. Different from bandage material, Graham. Cheesecloth is much denser and has a much tighter weave per inch. The reason being is they use cheesecloth for straining the curds. Yeah, and that stuff is too... It just wouldn't work. It's too... The weave isn't concentrated enough for it. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. Where is it? Bovington War Game Show. Miles Long. Yeah, I'm caught up on the comments. Bloody hell. Right. You caught me by surprise there. I don't want to get out and cast any more rocks, to be truthful, because I've just tidied up. I'm just thinking. I've been here since about midday, to be truthful, so it's the end of a long shift and I'm kind of burnt out. Do you know what I mean? You get that way with terrain making sometimes, you know. I'm not dissing the job whatsoever. I love this job. Yeah, but there is an element of it which is, you know, after a long day in the studio, and it is quite warm in here. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. Right. Or is that someone new? Very quickly check. Don't want... No, it is not. Kyle's saying, love your videos. I've learned a lot and gained much inspiration. Nice one, buddy. Ginger's saying, go have a rest, Mel. Oh, the thing is, I'm going to be going home and I've got another, what you call it, I've got at least another 4 hours of work to do tonight. If I want to protect my terrain with a sealer, what would you recommend for painted XPS? I live in an apartment and don't really have access to an outdoor workspace or garage. Watered down PVA then. You can brush it on. Yeah, watered down PVA will seal it. You don't need spraying. You don't need to do it outside. You can do it at your desk, mate. And it will, what you call it, if it's painted XPS, it'll work fine. A lot of people use Mod Podge and that sort of stuff. Mod Podge is just PVA with a gel medium. So thinning it down, you might as well just use PVA. Have you used Herculite 2 casting powder? I have. It's good casting powder, but I find it expensive. I use something called Cristacal R. It costs roughly, I think I pay, what do I pay? How much is Cristacal R nowadays? Give me 1 second. The problem when you've been working on the filler stuff is it gets in your fingerprints and then I can't open my phone. Okay. Cristacal R.
According to IMDb.
Cristacal R casting powder. Right, what they're charging. What's that for? Is that 25? Yeah, for free postage, £9.95 for 25 kilos. Yeah, of what you call it, Cristacal R. Now, the other one you were asking about was Herculite 2, wasn't it? Herculite 2 casting powder. How much are they charging? That was useless. Going rate for Herculite 2 is about twice the price. And that's from the same manufacturer. Yeah, they're selling Herculite 2 in the same bags as they're selling Crystal R. So, exactly the same manufacturer. Yeah, Herculite 2 is twice as expensive as Crystal R. Personally, I get Crystal. No worries, Azza. I cut my finger with the blade and can't open mine either. Yeah, that's a bugger, innit? Cutting your finger and can't open your whatchamacallit. I know that whatchamacallit. Fred was telling me, yeah, that because he's an oil painter, what it does, one of the things that oil does is it really softens your skin. Okay, and because he's worked with oils his entire life, it softened his skin to the extent, yeah, that he no longer has fingerprints. His fingers are completely smooth. And he was visiting some friends in the States and he got pulled over by security, yeah, because they thought he'd professionally had his fingerprints removed because he was because he was a professional criminal or something, and he, you know, had his fingerprints removed, and it was actually because he was an oil painter, but he got pulled aside and everything over it. How do you spell that casting powder you use? Crystal R. There you go. In the chat, mate. Crystal R only available in the UK. It is our version. If you are looking for if you're looking for a cheap casting powder, what you want to look for is a ceramic slip casting. Okay, so I'll put that in. Ceramic slip casting. If you search locally, yeah, for a ceramic slip casting powder in the comments right now, guys, you'll find the sort of plasters that, you know, your sort of Crystal R's and that sort of stuff. What's the easiest way to cut polystyrene that comes with a washing machine or fridge if you don't have a wire cutter? A steak knife or a serrated bread knife, mate. Serrated blades work absolutely brilliant, yeah, on foam. Far better than the normal blades. Yeah, for foam work, that's my go-to. Just a serrated steak knife. And just to give you an idea, in fact, sod it, we've got a little while, haven't we? Shall I make a hill? Go on, let's make a stylised hill. Have I got foam to make a hill? Oh, don't tell me I'm out of foam. No way. No chance. Could be. Bloody hell. No way I've used all my foam. I'll have to go and raid the stash at home, because I've got foam at home as well. Right, so take a block. Yeah. And yeah, the serrated blade lets you cut through it quite easily. What I'm doing is I'm just making an undulated cut. Now remember, yeah, the white polystyrene is a lot less dense than this stuff. To give you an idea of how quickly this will cut through white polystyrene, I don't know if I've got any white polystyrene, but I've got some black. Yeah, so this is the expanded stuff. Yeah, easy as that, mate. So, yeah, serrated steak knife. So what have I done? Right, straight off, I've got my piece, and I've just cut a bit of a wavy line. Just let me show that. Nice one, Graham. Yeah, got myself a bit of a wavy line. I'm going to put another wavy line on it. Yeah, but this time I'm going to take this edge off it. In fact, I'm going to do it that way. And I'm going to vary the cut. Yeah. So, all I've done is I've sort of taken that bit off and I've varied it as I've gone. So I've moved my blade a little bit as I've gone, and I've gone another bit. Yeah. So next one I want to do is I want to break this up and I want to put some wedges in it. Now when I put my wedges in it, my creases, I don't want to go directly straight. I want to go at a slight angle. Yeah. So in and flick it out. In, flick it out. Yeah. In, flick it out. So one simple slice in, and then all I'm doing is I'm turning the blade to sort of pull that crease out. Yeah. I'm going to repeat this and I'm going to go over it and go over the individual pieces. Yeah, I'm going to come up here, sort of continue it. Always the important thing is change direction. Don't stay uniform. Yeah, if you stay uniform, it'll look regular and it won't look natural. Yeah, the key to making it look good is to make it look irregular. Right, so, straight off. Now I flick those wedges out of it. Yeah, you can see those deep cuts. They're going to take contrast painting really well. You know that grey dry brush technique with the brown in the recesses? That'll show up really well. But one of the problems is, if I hold it like that, you see how it's still sort of flat? Yeah? See all these little ridges? Yeah, we need to get rid of them. Okay, so if we come back, yeah, and what we're going to do is, I'm just going to skim over them and chip them in places. Yeah, take them off. Yeah, and this is all about breaking it up. You can put extra V's in there. Yeah, but all I want to do is all these surfaces that are just too regular, I need to break up. Ah, I like making hills. Yeah, let's pull those over. Let's put a few more in here. Yeah, get this a little bit leveled off. Yeah. You need to shape that a bit. Yeah. That looks a bit too regular. Break that there. Let's take that off. And that one there, that's not good. And then a couple of little ones start breaking up. Yeah, and I'm just going straight across them here. I'm just doing little nicks just to sort of break up the long strokes. Yeah, and then do them at a different angle. So we went that way that time, so do them this way. Yeah, take that bit off. Take that bit off. That bit off. I'll put one in there. There you go. Now, quick and easy. There you are. Beautiful, stylised, irregular rock texture. Yeah, that'll take paint beautifully. You may even see it in the book. And another mess I've made. Right, what are you saying? Mal grows foam in his garden. I don't grow foam in my garden, but I grow plenty of other things. 1,000 thank yous. No worries, mate. Remember, guys, if you do like it and it does help you, links down below towards PayPal and stuff. A couple of nuggets does help me get this workshop up and running. I thought he made a deal of a lifetime of foam for his hair. Oh, you shut up. Mel, you've missed a couple of vital questions. One about spray cans and one about PVA atomizer cleaning. I can already... Do you know what? Yeah. I haven't even seen the question yet. The reason why your PVA atomizer is blocking up is because once you finish spraying, you're pouring it down and there's still PVA in the tube. Over time that'll dry and it causes it all to seize up, and that's why it doesn't work. What you've got to do is after you finish spraying with your atomizer, take it off, take the tube, put it in some just normal water and just flush it through. Keep pumping, yeah, until it flushes through nice and clean and there's no PVA. That'll stop it, sort of gunking up and solidifying in between spraying sessions. Also, get your little cable, like the tube that comes out, trim about 5 to 10 mil off it, yeah, so it's not sitting on the bottom of the bottle. PVA tends to sort of gloop at the bottom, and this can mean that if your tube's at the bottom, you'll be sucking up thick PVA, yeah? And so if you cut it a little bit shorter, it means that you're less likely to get blockages. Right, now I've got to go find the comment. So, right, let's have a look at these questions. Mel, when you're spraying PVA through an atomizer, what cleaning regime do you start? Yeah, I've answered that. No worries, Glenn. See, I knew it. I knew that's what the question was going to be. It's always the same with atomizers. Yeah, they always get blocked. Stick them in some water. Yeah, the tube in some clear water after you've after you've done your spraying. Give it a flush through, mate. And remember, trim the bottom. Right, we've got a question somewhere about a can. I live in Spain and the heat is going to be 30 and humidity 60 for the next few months. Will I still be able to spray cans to prime, or would you advise against it? You'll still be able to spray can for prime. Okay, humidity doesn't affect priming. You can pretty much prime in the rain if needs be. The problem is with matte varnish or gloss varnish. Because they're transparent, yeah, they can capture the humidity and trap it inside them. Yeah, the moisture in the air, and so that's what causes the frosting effect. So in high humidity, yeah, you're going to have problems spraying varnishes, but you're not going to have any problems with spray on primers. If you really do need to varnish, my best recommendation, yeah, in that sort of heat and humidity, is go for a brush on varnish. Yeah. So yeah, I would recommend you still find priming, mate. Just just don't do any varnishing in that sort of humidity. Thanks, Mal. I was flushing the line, but I'll try cutting the tube shorter. Yeah, mate, what will happen is if your tube isn't short... Where's my bottle? Here we go. Right, here you go. This is my bottle. Now, at the minute, it's only got water in it. Yeah, but if you look at it and actually look at the tube, yeah, do you see where the tube ends? I mean, mine ends a good inch above above the actual the actual bottom of the tube. Now, what you've got to remember is, if you've got watered down PVA in here and that tube goes all the way down to the bottom, when you watch it, you know how water, it sort of separates when you leave it for a while and it gets thick at the bottom and watery at the top? Yeah? Well, that thick stuff will be in there and it'll settle inside the tube as well. So when you come along and you do your first squirt, okay, you suck that really thick stuff right up the tube, and that can cause all sorts of problems. Yeah? Just cut it short and you'll be absolutely fine, buddy. Tell that to Uncle Atom. He's always complaining about priming and humidity. I don't understand why. Unless it's something I'm not getting. Perhaps it's high temperature humidity that causes a problem. I mean, I was with, I was over at Beasts of War for the Army Painter Boot Camp. Yeah, and Jonas was there. Now, Jonas owns Army Painter. It's his company. Yeah, and it was raining outside and we were spraying his spray primers in the rain. Yeah, and he was like, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, and it was. So I don't know if it's an issue with high temperature humidity. That's not something we get over here. You know what I mean? It's not really a British issue. Yeah, but you shouldn't have problems. Humidity will make your primer pill up, or you'll have to strip it. What do you mean pill up? He'll get an orange peel if he's in direct sun. Ah, that's not humidity. That's temperature. Yeah. You get a pitting effect because the spray is drying. Yeah, before it hits the model. Okay, so if the model's there, you spray here, it's wet. But if it dries, it becomes powdery, and then it gets stuck, and you get what you call orange peel or pitting. Okay, that's purely because you're you're spraying in too hot of an environment. All you've got to do is just get out of the sunlight, get to somewhere cool. Doing it in the morning, yeah, when it's cooler, is generally better than doing it in the evening. Yeah, but that's all that is. It's just that your paint's drying before it hits the model. Yeah, just do it when it's cooler. I live near the coast. Is there anything I should do to beach sand before I use it on terrain? Yeah, you've got to bake it, even beach sand. Stick it in the oven. My wife's recipe is 200 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and it will be perfect. But that will kill off all the gribblies in it, all the bacterias and the organics that are in between the sand. Yeah, so 200 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Hey crafters, it gets granular. Yeah, it will get granular. If you spray it and it's too hot, it will get pitty and granular and that sort of stuff. It does happen. You just got to spray when it's cooler. Do it in the morning. What is in gas mask? What do you mean, what is in gas mask? Nice shirt, Mel. Where did you find it? I got this from, from the Forge World shop in Warhammer World. Imperial Guard. Those comments are well behind. What is your preference? Maybe you have answered this. WS lightweight, hydrocal, Herculite, Christocal R. Christocal R for me. Gas mark 6. Oh, what gas mark? I've no idea what gas mark 200 degrees Celsius is. That's a blast from the past. And people are saying 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius, gas mark 6. Okay. I'll agree on the Celsius. I'm not confirming the other details. Right. Yeah. I think we've pretty much wrapped it up. Right, guys, we're coming up on 9 o'clock, and to be perfectly honest, I'm knackered. I've had a long day in the studio. There are things I could work on now, but they're for the book, and I don't think it's right that I work on them while I'm feeling like this and while I'm chatting to you guys, because it won't turn out well. We all know it won't turn out well. Yeah, I'll only have to redo them, so I'm going to call it. Right. Just quick check the comments. I'm going to call it, guys. Right, just so you know, yeah, I'm away for the weekend, but I will be back for this Sunday nighter. So, have a cracking 4th of July, folks. Enjoy the rest of the week. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you Sunday night, 9 o'clock UK time. Yeah, for the Sunday nighter. And in the meantime, catch you later, guys. All the best, yeah? Ta-da.